So you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. And I'm sure we all remember that phrase from a couple of years ago on the paper that the WEF did. There was the advert, if you like, that had the guy with the inane smile, and that phrase was running next to it. So that line has been thrown around as if it was a policy plan, a conspiracy, or a forecast of things to come. That someone will take your house, that they'll take everything you own. In reality, it comes from a speculative essay about what a sharing-based urban future could look like. An experiment, if you like, in imagining alternative ways to access services, things like healthcare, things like education. So the WEF, the World Economic Forum, they published that scenario first of all in 2016, and then again, I think in 2021 or 2022. It was widely misinterpreted and also weaponized as proof of an elite plot. I guess Reuters and also others debunked the literal reading, a few years ago. So what should you take from the phrase? Well, I guess really two things. So one is that technology and business models can make ownership optional for some goods, things like cars, things like tools, even expensive appliances. And that can be efficient for some people. So the second thing is that ownership is always a choice. It's a choice. It's not a moral indicator. If your life is improved by sharing and subscription models, then use them. Why not? If ownership gives you security, comfort, and control, then keep it. Why not? The danger isn't the concept itself. The danger is ceding choice. And when systems are built without transparency, subscription traps and permanent contracts and data-driven surveillance and all the rest of it, your options, your choices basically become coercion. You're led down a certain path. And this matters because ownership equals power. Owning an asset gives you a certain amount of leverage to negotiate, to sell, to pass on, although you may not want to pass on given the inheritance tax proposals that are coming. But basically, if we see large swaths of essential infrastructure turned into non-optional subscriptions, if critical services are extractive rather than enabling, that's where you need to fight. In short, don't panic about the slogan. It was just a slogan. Instead, look at how services are priced, what rights you get to keep as a consumer, as an individual, whether the platform that you're thinking of using locks you in, and whether that's a good or a bad thing. It's going to be different depending on the circumstances. You need to build ownership where it matters to you and to your freedom and to your future and to your family. Share what gives you convenience and subscribe to what gives you convenience, but not at the expense of freedom, not at the expense of your own control. So what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on you'll own nothing and be happy? How did you interpret the message? And what do you think it means? Drop it in the comments, let me know. YouTube is going to put another video up here. Like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz, and there'll be another one tomorrow. Goldman, peace out.